Struggling with prop firms? Let's go.
Okay, just gonna let this run. Just want to go more on the psychology side of things as well. Running a little over, I would say about, okay, pretty much 2.5% profit, a little over, almost at the 3% profit mark, already up 4%, a little over 4%. Now, I mean, obviously I was showing on my channel that, starting small. By the way, if anyone's interested in one-to-one mentorship, link will be in the video description. And if you also probably the most affordable course on the internet, it's only £99, that link will be in the video description as well. This is the Discord community with the funding certificates, with all the students and all that success, almost up to 1,600 members. Join, check it out. Live trades, winning trades, losing trades, everything is posted here. So we already, we're gonna let this run. Okay, so let's break this down. So this is GU, obviously, as you can see over here. Now the whole idea of this was, if I go on the much bigger time frames, right? I don't know why I've got to do the ones in here. Bring the daily, the weekly, and I'm missing one. I'm missing one. It's the 12-hour, but I can't be bothered. Okay, let me remove the calculator. Okay, why on earth would I want to sell from here, buy from here, right? I want to drop in a few of the zones. I'm always back testing, so if you see some drawings at the top, I'm always just trying out different stuff. Obviously, because we're in the space of the market's always changing, you gotta always be refining the strategy, right? Your edge. Let me just sort some of these out. Looks pretty okay, right? So market is just, obviously we are just making lower lows, so I'm just focused on sells, and that is exactly why we can just clearly see oh, if this was to hit TP, how much am I? It's a 1 to 4, right? So I'm gonna drag it a little bit lower. We're gonna become a little bit stingy, simply because and I'm gonna put this at the 700 mark. So we can put it at 750. Why? Well, that's pretty much 3%. So rather, I'm trying to get the 4. I was trying to get the 4%, but if I can get 5, but if I can walk away with 3 as well, you see what I mean? I'm gonna try and get that extra without losing that much. So yeah, so even if it's a recover 3%, I'll be up around maybe 7%, and then not far away from the 8% profit target. But that's the whole idea. Anyways, we'll see what happens with this. Almost up 4%, almost. So just gonna let that run again. I mean, you know what annoys me the most is when people try to catch the knife, a falling knife. Suppose I was gonna go for a buy from here, or from here, or from wherever, right? You're just gonna get absolutely slaughtered. Simple. Excuse me. Absolutely, you're gonna get absolutely slaughtered. Me personally, my biggest edge, and I mentioned this, my students know this, is my levels. Whether I draw them on the 4 hour, the 6 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 10 hour, whatever, once you start drawing your levels on different time frames, trust me, it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a big game changer for you guys, because then you won't see the market as in zigzags, and you'll just see the market as ping pong, bouncing from zone to zone to zone to zone. Should we just close it, because we are up now 1%. I'm sorry, 4% exactly. We are up 1 to 4. So I'll start trailing this now. Let me show you a trailing technique. Okay. Ooh, you can see the spread. See, when you go on the 1 minute, then you actually see, which is decent. I'm not gonna, it's not that So I had a pretty much a 5 pip stop loss pretty much, and then as you can see 20 pips up from here. That's a 1 to 4, little 1 to 4. Start pushing this, because trust me, when the market's falling like this, it can go to crazy numbers, some serious numbers. Okay, stop loss now a little over 1 to 3 1 to 3%. I'm just gonna trail this. What happens if I take it to 900? Okay, see, now we're at that 4% mark pretty much. Anyway, it's pretty much 4%, right? This is really aggressive, you know, trailing. But the real way you should be doing it, got this bloody iPad in the way, as you can see, this one here, so it's covering the money. We are doing some aggressive trailing right now. Just gonna sorting the camera out. Just have to bring myself back in. Let me just throw myself down here. Just go on the 15-minute. Okay, what I was gonna actually say is the best way to trail the stop loss is whenever you see these highs and lows, just pretty much the swing points, just want to put your stop loss above and below there. But I can't obviously do this because this iPad is in the way and I can't actually see what's going on. Not the best place to obviously put it in this moment of time. Should we just close the trade at 1 to 4? I know this is gonna fly, but because we are literally a little over 1 to 4% right now, and I might close this right now. There, it's pretty much what. Ooh, exact. Oh no, that was something else. For a second I thought that was my balance and that's my equity. Well, it is my balance and equity, but I thought it was already floating. So so it's, I mean, it's all good, not bad. But yeah, you can use a small time frame now. Let's go back to, and I know this is gonna carry on going. There's not pretty much zones down here. Well, there is actually a clone this. I'm not going to refine this while I'm here. So pretty much we had a chance of actually coming to this level, and that would have probably given our 1 to 5, 1 to 6 anyway. But there's would have been many ways for you to get this. But it's like, what annoys me the most is when people reach a support level, they try to buy, and when they reach a resistance, they tend to sell. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But the idea is, you know, where are you buying or selling from? Now you might be like, okay, I'm buying from a support level, I'm selling from a resistance, what's wrong with that? There's nothing really wrong with that. It's just, are you going in the direction of the flow though? The trend is bearish. Which one do you think is going to have more value? The sells, obviously. I can go for a buy here, but it's going to be more heavy lifting for the buyers to push price up, right? It's just, you got to think of it in this in a sense of gravity, right? Whenever you buy from a trend that's going bearish, the gravity is going to be much stronger. You're going to feel way much heavier. That's why you're going to feel like you're 100 kilos, right? The moment you're down here, right, it's going to be harder for you to lift, right? But this is the funny thing, it's not like you become lighter over here, no. You become even heavier when you go in the direction of the trend. Now I'll tell you what I mean by that. When you're in a bearish trend, you're going to become a million times heavier. So it's going to tank that much easier. It's going to feel that much easier. When you're in a bullish trend, that's when the gravity switches off, right? When you're not fighting against gravity, then you become much lighter, like a balloon, and you're going to float with the gravity, right? Float with the trend. I'm just going to go higher and higher, and that's how it's meant to be. Now if I was to break this down, just if I was to even going small, let's break this down even in a smaller time frame, right? Because once you start breaking it down and you get good at this, doing it on a bigger time frame, it'll become much easier, way much easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of these so these stand out for you. So we've got a support level there, obviously. We've got support level here as well. Now I know obviously some of you are going to be like, you know, obviously it's getting disrespected. These zones, blue ones, the 15-minute time frame zones, which I'm just using for example's sake, get absolutely destroyed. will consolidate, right? This is why bigger time frame zones will hold more value. And it's obviously, I've already back tested on every single time frame you can think of. There's a reason why I use certain time frames for zones, for my entries, you know, things like that. So let me just check something out. Okay, yeah, G's fallen a little bit more, but it is what it is. I was gonna say 1%. Just gonna check in the 1 hour, 4 hour. Yeah, that's, I mean, you can even mark out your levels. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? From this one on the 6 hours even. Look at this nice clean rejections. Pretty much we're gonna go down to this zone. And I walk literally the student, like we do a one-to-one call. I literally, and it's unlimited sessions as well, I literally walk you through this, and once you understand the zones, everything else becomes very simple, very, very simple. I've just seen another entry. No, not sorry, entry. I've just seen another reason to probably get back in. Let me just tell you that reason. Look at this. Look at this candle here. You see how? I mean, the strength of this candle. What have I done here? What have I done here? It's a long wick bearish, long wick rejection, bearish candle. No wick at the bottom. You don't get stronger than that. This 70, 80, 90% chance this is just gonna absolutely, like, not absolutely crush it, but like absolutely just continue tanking. Obviously this area will get tested first, but other than that, you know, I think we're looking good for it to continue pushing further down. Okay, so what I marked here, obviously the super strong bearish channel, you can see, like I mentioned, is pushing further down. Obviously, you know, with all this bearish pressure, with all this okay, this let me just, before I, because I tend to, I'm aware someone even once messaged saying I tend to jump up from one topic to another. I totally agree. But I'm trying to cover up everything I said. So the 15-minute zones here, as you can see, obviously, you know, they're getting broken, totally disrespected. But how could you have taken some entries from here if I just totally ignore these white zones from here, right? Market breaks through, then you're gonna have to obviously go on a much smaller time frame. You got this bearish engulfing here, price never really comes back up. But even if you took the entry from here, you totally find once it slices through, you have to wait for a retest. Like sometimes when price is just this, like this much volume, this bearish, you don't even have to wait for a retest. Most, you know, it's just gonna absolutely tank. I need a bit of water. Anyways, okay, so we are absolutely tanking. Then obviously this level will get tested first. As you can see, my levels of zone, my zones, look at this, price breaks through. Now here, obviously, when you see something like this, I will normally, you know, as my students now, I don't draw my key levels like this, right? But when my if I see a breakout like this, I'll just ride the move. I'll ride the breakout. There are times when you ride the breakout, and there are times when you basically ride the retest rejections. But obviously that takes experience, obviously a certain skill set, and obviously you need to have some sort of edge. Now price obviously is, as you can see, is making a bit of a channel as well. If I mark it like this and I mark it like this, we're in a bit of a channel, but we are bearish. Obviously now price has broken through this channel and we are continuing to push bearish. I do not want to fight this. You know what some people do? Excuse me. What some people do, they'll draw a channel, and obviously you can start buying from here, selling from here, buying from. But it's like, where do you know where to exactly buy from, exactly sell from, right? If you would have bought sell from here, probably you would have got wicked out. So I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Now, trading guys and girls who are listening, it's not rocket science. It's just simple thinking, simple process, logical thinking, and just, you know, open up any chart, and ask yourself, where is price going, right? Here we are bearish. Why would I focus on sells? Here we are bullish. Why would I focus on? Sorry, we are bearish. Why would I focus on buys? We are bullish. Why would I focus on sells? Now we've had a shift, obviously, there's a consolidation, market was moving sideways. What annoys me, another thing as well, some people just try to trade these, right? There is a time to sell, there is a time to buy, and there is a time to freaking stay the hell away from the markets, right? And then boom, right? And you know why people don't stay, this is, you know why you don't stay away from this? You know why you don't stay away from a ranging market? Because you're just too greedy. That's the honest answer. You don't have the patience. Your patience skills absolutely suck. That is the truth, you know. And that's just been me on the honest truth. If you can get through these moments and you chill, and you're not bothered about time, you know, like that. And look, how simple is this? All you can do, draw a box, right? You know the market's going sideways. Draw a box. Look at this. At this point, we're still in the box. Now here is early signs. We're starting to break out, and this is obviously price starts to range, and then now you go. Okay, now we left the box, right? We're out of the this range. Now you can start focusing on sells. Why? Because obviously we're not going higher, we're going lower. So you want to focus on sells, and price just starts falling from there. Very, very simple. Yeah, I just don't want to, you know, waste too much time. By the way, how much am I up again? So it was on 25. Have I passed the challenge? Have I got the 8%? 4% is 1 grand, isn't it? 4% is 1 grand. 8% is 2 grand. Because I'm on a 25k account. Damn, I just passed the challenge, I realizing. Anyways, yeah. That's, I guess, phase 1 passed in 1.5 days of a 25k account. I don't normally do 25k accounts. This is why I'll just try it. Very, very simple. Yeah, link will be in the video description. I'm now getting to the stage now I'm passing challenges without even realizing. Crazy. Okay, link will be in the video description. To join the Discord community. Also the link will be there if you want to just get the £99 course. Everything on my edge, everything is all there. It gets consistently updated as well. Yeah, message me one-to-one. I'm in the Discord community, and we'll just take it from there. But this is a, you know, a skill that you can pass down to your kids. Once you know what you're doing, there's no cap to how much you can earn, and definitely you can even a 25-50k account is enough for you to leave your 9 to 5. And send you into retirement, because all if you can do, but as long as the consistency is there. Take care. I'm out.